The Remember series of video essays focuses on true masterpieces of gaming, ones that define genres, setting new standards and breaking the mold of mediocrity, elevating the gaming medium into true experiences. Today, we will be diving deep into the most iconic 3D space RTS game of all time, Homeworld. These videos are for those that have experienced Homeworld before and want to understand a little bit more on why it is so memorable, or for those that have never played it before. I hope this video convinces you to buy it so you can enjoy the journey that is Homeworld. Relic Studios began development of Homeworld 1 in 1996. It was a time of Pokemon, rollerblading and bomber jackets. Their vision for this game was for it to be a space-based real-time strategy game with a focus on 3D graphics, realistic ship scaling, and a strong story. With an initial budget of $1 million and a 1-year estimated production run, this ballooned to 2 to 3 years and $3 million. Every time Relic was running out of cash, they whipped out their silver tongues and negotiated for more money and more time. During the early stages of development, the team attempted to secure the rights to use the Battlestar Galactica IP for their game, but were ultimately unsuccessful. However, the team decided to base the game's visual design on the iconic spacecraft from the show, giving Homeworld a similar aesthetic. The team faced several challenges during development, including the technical limitations of the time and the complexity of designing a game that took place in 3-dimensional space, with the chief concern being player disorientation, which inspired the now iconic banana look of the Mothership, which anchors the perspective of the player up and down implicitly at all times. Despite the challenges, Homeworld was released in September 1999 with critical acclaim. The game's immersive storyline, stunning graphics, and innovative gameplay earned it numerous accolades, including Game of the Year awards from publications such as GameSpot, Computer Gaming World, and IGN. Few games leverage the combination of visuals, music, and story to fully immerse the player in its setting, creating these master-crafted moments that are forever etched into the player's memory. It is these moments, sprinkled throughout the flow of the story, that make games so memorable. Today I'll be highlighting some of my favorite in Homeworld. Obviously, spoilers ahead. One moment stands supreme above all others, and it is this.
No one's left. Everything's gone. Karak is burning.
Karak is being consumed by a firestorm. The scaffold has been destroyed. All orbital facilities destroyed. Significant debris ring in low Karak orbit. Receiving no communications from anywhere in the system.
With adagio for strings, the iconic song accompanying a visual backdrop of a burning planet of Karak, it instantly hooks the player, emotionally investing them into the plight of the Kushan people and their race to save as many colonists as possible from utter annihilation and extinction. You feel the loss as a player of each cryo tray, as they represent all that is left of your kinsmen, each tray being filled with 100,000 souls. Following straight on from this, in a cutscene, one of the most memorable lines in the game is, "The subject did not survive interrogation." The way it is delivered, with a sense of indifference, carries a powerful undercurrent of anger.
Subject did not survive interrogation.
The intentional use of dehumanizing language becomes even more striking when we consider the genocide of the Kushan people. The word subject adds to the indifference, as if giving permission that whatever happened during the interrogation is somehow justified, as that subject is not human. The use of the word interrogation just leaves us questioning the details of what took place, allowing our imagination to run wild with thoughts of enhanced interrogation in our world, such as waterboarding, electrification, or even suffocation, amongst other cruel treatments that might have seemed fitting for the subject. It's incredible on how that single line can evoke such intense emotions in just a simple moment in a cutscene. The initial encounter with the Bentusi is an intense and nerve-wracking moment. When you hear that there's an unknown spacecraft approaching, it fills you with anxiety, as you've been constantly fighting for survival up until that moment.
Long-range sensors indicate a Mothership-class mass signature. It's coming in fast. Power readings are off the scale. Full combat alert. Stand by for contact.
Ambassador away.
However, a wave of immense relief just washes over the player, as the interaction, which you are uncertain about, is peaceful, and that feeling of relief is indescribable. It makes the game's world seem much more boundless and filled with endless possibilities, as there is now another race within the galaxy apart from the one that genocided your race. This allows the player to form an emotional connection with these so-called Bentusi as their friends, and this connection is leveraged later when the Taidan launch an attack on them, causing a surge of anger because your only allies are being attacked. No look at Homeworld is complete without mentioning the incredible soundtrack that now dots the game. Composed by Paul Ruskay, it is widely considered one of the best game soundtracks of all time. The soundtrack features a mix of orchestral and electronic music, creating a sense of grandeur and mystery that perfectly matches the game's sci-fi setting. Paul was heavily influenced by Blade Runner and Indian music, and combined these two inspirations to create the new iconic soundtrack. Shining bright like a diamond in this soundtrack is the main centerpiece, Adagio for Strings, a hauntingly beautiful composition that adds a sense of emotional weight to the game's most pivotal moments. The score starts with a solo female voice, and then it gradually builds into a full choir. The placement of the music is masterclass, as it underscores the most impactful moments of the story to evoke feelings of tragedy and loss. Used in the circumstances of the burning of Karak and the recounting of the Kushan exodus by the Bentusi, to just illustrate how harrowing and tragic these experiences are. The inclusion of classical-esque music in a game at the time was considered very bold, as it was considered an oddity to have such media in video games. However, this paid off in spades, with the track becoming synonymous with the game, making it instantly recognizable to Homeworld players and bringing fresh appreciation of the classical music genre. In recent years, the Homeworld series has lost its mainstream popularity, although there are a few still dedicated players eagerly anticipating the release of Homeworld 3. However, the impact of Homeworld on the real-time strategy game genre remained significant, setting the benchmark for 3D space games that, when compared to others, it has not been matched since. Other RTS space-based games like Legions of Iron, Hegemonia, and Sins of the Solar Empire have come and gone, but none have truly captured the essence of tactical 3D space combat like Homeworld did. For me personally, Homeworld represents the pinnacle of what gaming can achieve. It goes far beyond providing a fleeting sense of satisfaction from blowing up ships or completing missions. It offers an immersive storytelling experience that stays with the player forever and enriches their lives. The game draws you into the struggle of an entire civilization, urging you to cherish and protect every ship under your command, treating them as valuable assets rather than disposable cannon fodder seen in other games. Homeworld, justifiably in my opinion, elevates itself as a medium that delivers an unforgettable experience, one that goes far beyond temporary enjoyment and leaves a lasting impression on the player. The Homeworld community is a tight-knit community of dedicated fans gathered on a single Homeworld Discord server, occasionally playing competitive matches and uploading replays. However, with Homeworld 3 being slated for release soon, it is hoped that the dream of Blackbird Studios CEO, who worked on the original Homeworld, can now include the elements that he had always dreamed of. I have no doubt that the community will see a revitalization, as Homeworld 3 will bring a fresh generation of players to this iconic franchise. But don't take my word for it. You can pause the video to see on screen just a taste of the fond memories Homeworld 1 has brought to gamers worldwide. For those of you that have made it all the way to the end of this video, thank you so much for watching, and consider subscribing for more of these documentary type videos. I intend to make more of these on historic masterpieces such as Fear, Frostpunk, any game with critical acclaim. Also, for those of you that have played Homeworld 1, please share your story of experiencing it for the first time down in the comments below, just so we can add more evidence as to why people should buy this game and have that story forever etched into their memory. Thank you.